I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm going in circles, going in circles. I should be.
Hey, what's up, YouTube beauties? It's your girl Tara Marie here. Today I have this Kim Kardashian inspired makeup look. This is a look that she wore on the Met Gala red carpet this week. I really love this brown smoky look with the little pop of silver that was going on. So I decided, what the heck, I'm gonna go ahead and recreate this look. I really hope you enjoy it, and if you are interested to see how I achieved it, please keep on watching. And while you are, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also give it a thumbs up if you like what you see. So let's just go right ahead and jump on into this tutorial. So I'm gonna start with something that I don't usually do, which is foundation. I don't mean that I do foundation, but I usually don't start with my foundation. But for this look, I think I'm okay to do that since we're going to be kind of smoking it out, and I don't want to have to wipe anything away and have any harsh lines with this look. So I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal True Match foundation in the shade N7. And I'm choosing this foundation because it has more of a dewy kind of finish to it, which is, you know, Kim Kardashian skin. It looks like it's healthy, glowy. The whole look was just like a wet look, so I didn't want to pick one of my foundations that are more matte for this. So I'm really just sticking to kind of that healthy glow kind of look that she has going on. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to dot this all over my face, and I'll probably go in with 2 layers of this, and then take my damp EcoTools beauty sponge and just start blending it out. So now that I have my foundation on, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my concealer. And for today, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Tan Sand. And I don't want none of these dark circles popping through. Our skin needs to be looking flawless. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on and blend it out as well. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of cream contouring today, so I'm going to grab my LA Pro Girl concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze. And I want my contour to be nice and sharp for this, so just going to start by taking a couple of lines. And I'm just going to do one area of my face at a time because this concealer dries down pretty quickly. So making sure to stay note of that. And I always start light and then just build as I go. And then what I'm going to do, I'm not going to apply more concealer on my forehead. I'm just going to tap what's left over, drag it down to my temples and around my forehead, just because I'm going to be putting powder there. And I want most of, it doesn't look like in the picture, it doesn't look like her forehead is that contoured. So I'm just dragging the excess here, but her cheeks are like snatched. So yeah, we'll be going back over this with some powder, and that's what I'm going to be doing now, actually. So I have my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in the shade Cappuccino, and I'll be using that to powder contour the rest of my face. Wow, I picked up a whole lot. Okay, so I'll be following the same process. And then around my forehead, just to give myself a little, like a tanned look. And then I'll go ahead and contour my nose. To do that, I use just my regular, just like a little flat brush. And then I have this really big, fluffy, angled brush that I use to blend it out. So just tap on in here. And then start slowly carving out my nose. forgot to set under my eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And since I already contoured my nose, I can use the setting powder to extra snatch it. So I'm using my Pretty Vulgar loose setting powder and Matte Bout It. And I'm just like dipping my sponge in here. And I'll use this to set underneath the eye. And also the sides of my nose. Guys, powder is falling all over me. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and carve out my cheekbones. Woo! So I'm not going to let this sit for a super long time. I'm going to go ahead and just wipe it away now, actually, with just a face brush. Just brushing it away. I just want to set it there. I don't want it to be super brightening because it doesn't look like she has like a super highlighted under eye. And I'll have to like take a look at the picture I'm using again just to be certain, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Wow, and I like really laid the powder on. Okay, our skin is looking good. So now we can go ahead and move on to eyeshadow, which is the favorite part. So I'm going to be using two different photos that I got online. One of them is this picture right here. And then the second one that I'm using just for like another angle is this one right here. So very brown, smoky, and it looks like she has a silver, kind of not a true halo, but like a slight silver glittery halo. So we're just gonna go ahead and start building this up now. I'm gonna go ahead and like model after the second picture that I showed. So the two palettes I'm gonna be using today are the Violet Voss Pro palette, and I'm also gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. So to start out, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up our transition shade. And I'm going to be looking down at this picture pretty regularly just so I can get a good idea of the eyeshadow and the colors here. So it looks like she has like a good, like an orangey, chocolatey shade in her transition. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Are You Kidding Me, which is the shade right here. And I'm going to mix it in with Hashtag, which is that shade right there, to get that really warm tone that she has. And I'm gonna go ahead and start this and just apply it right up into my brow bone. So I noticed in the picture the transition shade seems to come out and around when it connects to the lower lash line. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a slightly smaller fluffy blending brush and pick up those same two colors, and I'm just picking up a smaller one just so that I have a little bit more control over where it's going. And I'm just going to fan it out just a little bit and circle it right on the outer corner here. Okay, so next what I'm gonna head and do is start working on our lid. For that, I'm going to be using the shade Teddy Bear, which is this color right here. And I'm going to be picking up, I use a combination of a couple different brushes. First, I'm going to use this brush right here, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up that Teddy Bear, this really rich, like mahogany brown shade. And I'm going to start placing that right into the outer corner and tapping it up into where we put our transition shade, kind of in an outward, filling in the outer V. And I'm not going to place this where like the inner, or not the inner, sorry, but like the middle part of the eyelid, because that's where we're going to put our silver glitter. So I'm just packing this on the outer corner, and we're gonna like make it look better later. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the inner corner of our eye. And then with a super light hand, and I mean like super light hand, I'm gonna go ahead and connect those two just right in that crease there. And so we're just like doing the least for that. And then I'm gonna go ahead back in with our fluffy brush, and again with a super light feathered touch, I'm gonna go ahead and blend that up into the crease and blend out the outer portion as well. And I'm just gonna tap it over the lid because I don't wanna move the shadow too much. I just wanna soften it up a little bit, but fading out that outer corner and also kind of circling this up into the transition shade so we have that really nice gradient going. So now with my finger, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the shade Cyborg, which is this really shimmery, like silver shade. And I'm just gonna use my pinky, and this is super pigmented, and I want this pigment to stand out. So I'm gonna just use my pinky, and I'm gonna place this right in the center where we didn't place that brown teddy bear shade, and I'm gonna drag it, or actually just use it with your finger right now, because as the shade goes higher on the lid, it becomes more diffused. So we're just gonna start with this, and I really love this eyeshadow look. So I was super excited to recreate it. So after we have that, I'm gonna go ahead and take the same clean fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna drag that upwards. I'm actually gonna dip into the silver just a little bit, just so we have a little bit of shimmer to drag on the top of the lid. And I'm barely touching again so that I can diffuse this silver shade a little bit further up. And I'm just gonna barely tap my finger into this silver, and just so I can give a little bit more color. We're gonna go ahead, and the eyeliner, it looks like she just has a little bit of black eyeliner smudged into her lash line. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my Vintage Cosmetics black eyeliner pencil, and I'm gonna put this mirror down, and I'm gonna go ahead and start roughly, because we're gonna smoke it out anyway. So I'm just gonna start rubbing this along my lower lash line. After we have our liner roughly smudged on, or not like roughly, just placed on our upper lash line, I'm gonna go ahead and take a small smudging blending brush, and I'm just gonna drag right along where we placed that eyeliner, just to smoke it out and blend it into the eyeshadow. And then what I'm gonna do to darken this up, I'm gonna go over it with some black eyeshadow. And okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go over that with some black shadow, and I'm gonna be using the shade Nior in my Sultry palette. This one right here, and we're picking up an angled brush. So I'm just gonna be tapping in Nior, and then placing this black eyeshadow right on top of where we blended out that black eyeliner. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes, and the lashes that I'm gonna be using today are the Ardell 3D Faux Mink lashes, and I'm about to hold one up for you. These were the closest lashes that I had that looked like the ones that she was wearing in the photo. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on off camera really quick. Before I do, I am gonna put one coat of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara on. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that on and I'll be right back. Okay, so lashes are on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the bottom portion of the eye. I'm gonna take that same black eyeliner pencil and I'm just gonna line my waterline with it. I'm like sniffing because I'm trying to do this on camera for you guys. I usually don't do this on camera because I need two hands to do it, but I think I'm gonna try today. So next we're gonna go ahead and smoke out the bottom lash line. In this picture, her bottom eyeshadow is brought down pretty low. So we're gonna be super smoky on the bottom for this look. So I'm gonna pull in a little bit close. I have an angled fluffy brush right here, and I'm just gonna pick up the shade Teddy Bear, the one that we use on our lid. And I'm gonna go ahead and look up and start tapping this onto the lower lash line. And I'm bringing it around so that it will connect to the upper part of the eye. And I want this to be a little bit more concentrated, so I'm gonna grab a flat brush that's just a little bit more cinched on the ends, and we'll make this color a little bit stand out just a little bit more. And I'm just gonna swoop it back and forth. And then we're gonna add some mascara to our lower lash line. And I'm just gonna be using the same Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm sorry. The Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara as our lower lash mascara. So for the rest of the face, in the photo, she has very like subtle blush, like a peachy blush focused like right here on her cheeks. So I'm gonna be using my Note blush in the shade Desert Rose, which is this one right here. And I'm gonna use my flat face brush, and I'm just gonna dip into that. Ooh, I almost dropped it. And I'm gonna dip into that and just focus the blush right in here on this portion of the face. And I'm just gonna tap that down and stop it right before we get to the apples of our cheeks. And then for our highlights today, I'm gonna be using my Tarte, if I can find, okay, here it is. My Tarte Pro Glow liquid highlighter. So I'm gonna use this, and it is a little glittery and shimmery. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna tap it and then put like 4 dots like that. And then I'm just gonna use my finger. And, oh, that's a lot. I'll use my finger and blur this out. So lastly, for the lips, she has a super nude lip, nothing fancy. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with my NYX Professional Makeup lip pencil in an Urban Cafe. And then for my liquid lipstick, I'm gonna be using Mellow Matte Liquid Lip Paint in the shade Terran. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this all over. I'm going to be using my Appeal holographic lip gloss, and this is clear and it has like some sparkle to it. So I'm just going to be using this, and I'm going to apply it mainly in the center, but I'm going to spread it all over. So now that we are super glossy, I'm gonna go ahead and take my hair down and make myself look a little bit better, and then I'll be right back to show you the finished look. All right, so this is the final look. Obviously my hair is curly, so I'm not gonna have that like super wet look like hers. I'm just gonna leave my hair how it is. This is more for the makeup, more for the whole look in its entirety. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really loved a lot of the Met Gala makeup looks that I saw, and if you want me to recreate someone else, let me know and I can put together another tutorial for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in my next